Let's talk about the Banjo M350 pump on a GX390 Honda engine and what it can do for your operation and how these things go together. The first thing you're going to want to do is take everything out of the packaging and grab yourself your bolt bag and the rest of your parts bags here and lay it out to make sure you've got everything. I find a real easy thing to do is to take the adapter housing that comes in the box and then just simply pour all the contents from the parts bag right into the middle of that, so you know they're not going to go anywhere until you need them. You're not going to need a lot of special tools to put this pump together. In fact, 9/16 and 1/2 inch socket and end wrench, a Phillips screwdriver, and then a torque wrench is the only special tool that you're really going to need to make sure that this goes together properly. A couple things before we get started. On the back of this, you're going to see this little wrench sitting in here. That is keeping the seal tight inside the pump so it doesn't spring out like it will need to do once you get it installed on the GX390. Do not remove this tool until the last thing, the final step of assembly. Let's go through what we've got. I find that these protective plates that you have here, they come with a Phillips screwdriver. It's best just to put the Phillips screw in it right away. The assembly comes with 2 plugs. Just go ahead and pull those out right away, and you're going to see that you've got a plug on the bottom and a plug on the top. Just throw those in right away. This way you don't forget to do it as you assemble your pump. The next thing you find is the collar. Go ahead and take that, put it on the pump where it needs to go. This way, when you go to assemble this whole thing and mate these 2 pieces together, you don't have to pull it apart again because you forgot to put that on. Let's get started with assembly. Your pump is going to come with these Z-rails. Go ahead and take these Z-rails and get them installed on your Honda engine. You're going to have a number of bolts that come in this package. The bigger, longer bolts, those are actually what you're going to put on the pump to mate it up to the engine, so go ahead and set those aside. Find your smaller ones for the Z-rails. You're also going to have 2 different sizes of lock washers. Those larger ones are obviously going to go with the larger bolts. The smaller ones are going to go with the smaller bolts. Those are going to be used on the Z-rails. Take your Z-rail, your bolt, and the flat washer and go ahead and get that attached to the engine. Bolt those things down and we'll get ready to assemble this pump. Once you've got your Z-rail installed with the bolts hand tight, go ahead and grab yourself a little impact and a 1/2 inch end wrench and tighten those down the rest of the way. Once you've done that, spin it around, do it on the other side. The M350 pump is a tremendous pump. This thing's going to flow at 500 gallon per minute open flow. You're actually able to put a 4-inch manifold connection on the inlet to have a 4-inch hose feeding it and then go 3 inches out of that. The only advice I would tell you is whatever tank you are sucking from, make sure that tank is vented correctly. Most Honda engines are going to come with a standard key on them. You are not going to use this to key in this engine to the pump. You're going to use the much smaller one that comes with it here. Go ahead and take that key that's on there, slide your zip tie off, slide the key off, and set that to the side. Take the smaller key that has come in your assembly package and put that on the shaft. Now that we're about ready to put these 2 things together, grab your pump spacer, go ahead and put that on your Honda engine. The numbering for that is going to line up at the top. That's going to ensure that you've got the bolts and everything in alignment as you go forward. After you've put the pump spacer on, you're going to want to make sure that this key is lined up to the end of the shaft, and then take a look at your pump. You're going to line it up inside to that slot and slide it onto the M350. Just like that, it will slide together. Line your holes up and then take your larger bolt with the lock washer and go ahead and feed those in hand tight. You may have to move the pump back and forth just a little bit to get the bolts to start, but make sure you do that so that they slide in smoothly and you don't cross thread onto the engine. Once you've got those started, now is when a ratcheting end wrench will come in handy if you have one. If not, you can use a regular ratchet with a 9/16 head on it. As you tighten these down, tighten them down in a star pattern. Start upper left, go to lower right, or start upper right, go to the lower left, and then repeat. You'll want to get them to where they're about snug, and then go to the other side. It's important that you tighten these down before you pull that spacer out of there. You'll want to make sure that you've got it snug so that you can snug that collar into place and make sure the pump doesn't move and cause any issues. Go ahead and get your collar into position in here and you'll be able to tighten that down and then finish it off with your torque wrench. You will notice where this collar is sitting at, there's actually a grooved portion that you can line things up with to make tightening those bolts down a little bit easier. It's best to get these started just by tightening them down by hand and then coming in with a wrench. We're nearing the final step of assembly on the M350 pump. Go ahead and consult the installation manual. That's where it will tell you to torque the clamp to 38 to 42 foot-pounds. Now that we've got the collar secured, you can take this yellow piece and pull it out of there because the seal is properly put with the engine. The final step is to install these guards. These are a left and right hand guard, so they are not universal. You've got to make sure you get them on the right side. And then just tighten them down with your Phillips head screwdriver. Final step of assembly is to install your muffler guard on the GX390. This GX390, when it's mated up with an M350 pump from Banjo, is a tremendous pump. You can certainly buy it online on our website at agspray.com, or you can call into any one of our 10 locations to get more information or to ask about any of the other great pumps that we've got. That's been your installation on the M350 on a GX390 Honda from Agspray Equipment. Be sure to like and subscribe, everybody.